Hi all, and welcome to our workshop. My name is Riitta and I come from Finland, and I'm talking about how to integrate water safety into the national school curriculum. Like we all know, drowning is a significant problem that needs to be solved. WHO recommends the inclusion of water safety skills and training for the children 6 and above, regardless of their economical context. A lack of fundamental knowledge, skills, and negative attitudes often lead to drowning. So not just the skills, we need to add the other aspects. Currently, 91% of school-age children attend primary school. So through the school system, we can reach children well. Although the number is getting higher all the time, there are still over 244 million children and young people outside of the school. So there's work to be done. Of these children and young adults, 3/4 complete their basic education, with approximately half also receiving secondary education. But only every other country has done so far by the middle school, and just 1 in 4 for high school. We know that 2/3 of the world's countries have achieved gender equality in primary school enrollments. However, only every other country for secondary education and every 4th country for high school education. So there are a lot of aspects to work within the school system, like worldwide. This study is about the national curriculums. And when we look at the national curriculums or the educational frameworks, the name may vary, and their scope, we see that they are very different from country to a country. Same situation applies when we study the inclusion of water safety education into the national curriculums. So it's really hard to just give a one number or one example how things are done, because it's so different from different places. We started this project in 2020 through ILS, Drowning Prevention Commission. And our goals were to understand the challenges and opportunities to prevent drownings through school systems and education. We wanted to identify areas for improvement and engagement. And we wanted to share ideas, methods, structures to advance water safety within the school system. We started by doing a lot of pre-work and trying to figure out how to go forward. And then finally, we were really lucky to have a workshop at Australia, Perth last year. It was quite popular. We got 26 countries and more than 70 participants from the different countries around the world. We were talking about the different important topics, like what are the goals related to this in the different parts, what are the challenges, what are the barriers, and we sum up the results from there. At the same time, we launched a survey with my colleague Christina, and what I'm going to present you next is a health report. And if you see that your country is not mentioned on the list, so we are really grateful and happy if you can use some time and answers that we will then publish, hopefully the final results within 1 year. We are not in a hurry with this one. So what do we know by far? And I have been taking the data from Europe. So we have the 28 countries by far from the whole country, from the whole world, but this is just the European countries I will present to you. We started by asking, do you have a national curriculum in your country? Because we do see that that can be a very powerful tool. You can really make the change through that. And we saw that almost all the countries have that. So 90% of the countries were replying that yes, we do have. Then we were interested about finding out, is swimming mentioned? And it was 63% that says that yes, it is. And almost in all the cases when it was mentioned, it was compulsory, so mandatory. But in some cases it was optional. And in some countries they could not know whether it's mentioned or not. The second question was water safety, so whether that's mentioned in the national curriculum. And the results were a little bit smaller. So it was 58% that said that it is in there, and the same amount said that it's compulsory. But we did see that it was somehow difficult for the countries to reply, so maybe not everybody were so familiar with their national curriculum documents. Then we wanted to know which age groups are in the scope. And this was not a surprise for us. We were quite sure that it will be the age groups from 7 to 12. So 84% said that they will or they are teaching those kids in the school system. The number was a bit lower between the age 13 to 15. And then the older and the younger ones, it was not so common. What we know with the attitudes is that they are based on the early childhood. So we do recommend that if you have chance, so you would add these aspects into the preschool system as well, which many countries are doing at the moment, as far as I know. Then we wanted to know, where do they teach water safety? So the most common place was the swimming pool. Almost as often they were running the lessons in the classroom environments. Sometimes both, which was excellent, and in certain countries they had a lot of outdoor activities, so they were running the lessons outdoors or open water. Then we wanted to find out under which school subjects they are running the water safety lessons. So most common is the physical education. Then sometimes under the health science. Environmental science seems to be quite a good chance to run water safety related and water competence aspects, and that we are planning to do in Finland as well. But unfortunately, sometimes they do not have any water safety lessons during the school system. So I would turn this into a positive way, that there are plenty of challenges, but plenty of opportunities as well. When you study your national curriculum, so you may see a certain subject that actually it fits really perfectly. Then we wanted to have one question related to content. So what does it mean to teach swimming and water safety? And now we picked up the reference water competence, which I hope that you all are familiar with. In case you are not, we are really happy to share the knowledge, and if you just go to Google and you write down water competencies, water competence, so you will find a lot of research related to topic. The first publication I read came out 2017. So Moran, Stallman, Langendorf and Kwan were publishing the systematic review related to topic, and after that there's been plenty of research in this field. So what are they teaching in the school system? The most common competence was the swimming competence, 72%. So we do teach the strokes quite often: free stroke, backstroke, breaststroke, and so on. Then the other ones were quite similar: safe entry, use of personal floating devices, so life jackets, and knowledge of local hazards. They were quite well known. Then recognizing helping, so the life-saving skills, the drowning person were quite familiar as well, and then the attitudes and values. Certain areas like assess your personal competency was not that well known or teach or taught in the school system. And I hope that in the future, when we do the similar follow-up study, we see the numbers rising up. And the last question, so where do we get the money to do these things? A lot of countries do get the funding from the government. Sometimes there's a private sector who is helping around with this one. And then the number about other was quite high, and there we got the replies that it may be Red Cross, it may be the parents actually helping the schools to run to activities. I still want to remind here that WHO is telling that regardless of the economical contexts, socio-economical stages, so we need to offer these life skills, if I can put it in this way, really important skills, water competence aspects. So what to take with you? Study your national curriculum And not just the PE, not just the physical education, look at the other aspects as well. Is there something that you could actually see that, okay, there's a risk environment that maybe I can put water competence in there? See the good that already exists. I think that it's hard, it's a long process to change the national curriculums. So if you can pick up something from there and make the changes from there, so it would be awesome. And we all know teachers are tired. They don't want us to tell them do more. They need easy solutions, and we need to help them to create materials and activities. And collaborate and share what we do here and what we hope that will continue the rest of our lives. We believe that through school systems, we can change the world. Even the small changes can open up the new pathways. And today you will work with the bottom-up interventions, so small things can be bigger. And then we will talk about the top-down method when we need lobbying and politics. And then we will talk about what is water competence and how to more and more get those into the school system. Enjoy the workshop, and your input is important. Thank you all, and I hope you are pleasant stay in Spain and enjoy the sun as well. Namaste.